Generally speaking, the lessons learned from Barcelona are often full of praise, even though there are some negative points I frequently note. However, today's video on the 5 key takeaways will lean more towards the negative, although there are positives too, which I'll talk about in this video. Hello everyone, and welcome to this new video. We're here to analyze what happened yesterday calmly. An insane match and Barcelona's victory against Benfica. Before diving into the heart of the matter, there's something I forgot to mention in my post-match analysis yesterday. Benfica is a remarkable team. They are incredibly tough to play against. We know what we're talking about because they've punished us in the past under Koeman. Playing at their home ground is extremely challenging. I forgot to highlight this because we tend to think a poor performance is just due to our shortcomings, but that's not always the case. Sometimes it's also because the opponent is of Champions League caliber, as we saw yesterday. Benfica defended well, attacked when necessary, and could have scored more goals. They were far more clinical. Barcelona managed to pull through thanks to extraordinary goals and a wild scenario.
For me, Hansi Flick is a madman, a complete wild card in both good and bad ways. On the negative side, it's his high defensive line. When it works, I'm not saying we should question everything, but let's be honest, it's risky and almost kamikaze-like.
Yesterday's 5-4 result is not about the score itself bothering Flick, it's more about the way it happened. That high defensive line, when it isn't mastered, especially with players whose profiles don't match the style, is suicidal. One single player returning to the lineup, like Araujo, can throw off the entire system. Araujo's return immediately disrupted the line's coherence. There were no automatisms, even in the passing game. We've seen this before. Even with players like Inigo Martinez at the start of the season, it took several matches for the line to become cohesive, and even then, it conceded goals due to misalignment.
Flick seems determined to integrate Araujo, likely because he's one of the captains. But if Christensen returns, given his superior ball-playing ability compared to Araujo, adjustments might be needed. Araujo was once seen as a defensive wall, almost unbeatable in duels, but lately he hasn't reassured anyone. If we want a consistent defense that doesn't concede 3 or 4 goals per game, changes need to happen.
Takeaway number 2, the goalkeeper conundrum. We need to talk about Szczesny. He's a great shot stopper and very reliable on his line, but when it comes to the kind of sweeper-keeper role required by Barcelona's system, he struggles. Yesterday's miscommunication with Balde was a clear example of this. Asking him to come out 40 meters from his goal to intercept balls feels unnatural for him, and it often ends in disaster. Iñaki Peña, on the other hand, is more suited to this style of play. He's comfortable with these advanced positions and reading the game outside the box. However, Szczesny might be the better traditional goalkeeper overall. Unfortunately, their strengths and weaknesses are complete opposites, making it difficult to find the right balance. Flick will have to make a definitive choice soon. Takeaway number 3, Pedri's brilliance. Let's take a moment to appreciate Pedri. Not just for yesterday's match, but for his entire season so far. It's easy to overlook his brilliance because he consistently delivers masterclasses every 3 days. For me, Pedri is currently the best midfielder in the world in terms of both quality and consistency. Even when Barcelona struggles, Pedri doesn't have bad games. When he's positioned higher up the pitch, he may be less influential, but he never plays poorly. When placed deeper, his control over the tempo and game flow is unmatched. The elegance and magic he brings to the pitch are becoming increasingly rare in football.
Absolutely. Pedri's vision and composure are just incredible. He's a player who can change the course of a game with a single pass or movement. It's really something special to witness.
Takeaway number 4, a season-defining victory. Yesterday's victory might not mean Barcelona will win the Champions League or turn their season around, but it could still be a defining moment. Matches like these build belief and mental resilience. When a team overcomes adversity and wins despite the odds, it creates a mentality that can carry them through future challenges. This victory demonstrated that even when things aren't going well, the team can still pull through. If Barcelona capitalizes on this mindset, it could have a significant impact on their season.
Exactly. These are the kinds of victories that can unify a team and boost their confidence. It's not just about the points, it's about the spirit and determination they showed.
Takeaway number 5, addressing structural issues. There are still several problems to address, such as the inefficiency against low-block defenses, Lewandowski's struggles up front, and Rafinha's inconsistency despite his heroics yesterday. Rafinha deserves a separate analysis, as his contributions yesterday were crucial even if his overall game had flaws. The issue with low blocks remains one of Barcelona's most significant challenges. The team often struggles to break down well-organized defenses, leading to stagnant and predictable play. This needs to be addressed if they hope to compete at the highest level consistently. These are the key lessons from yesterday's match. It was a wild, unforgettable game that highlighted both the strengths and weaknesses of this Barcelona side. Let's see how they build on this going forward.